I'm 40 years old, and for the first time in my adult life, I'm unemployed. I honestly never thought I'd be saying those words. Hey, I'm Sabrina. No, not the teenage witch, although I could definitely use a little magic right about now. I'm a wife, a mom, a small business owner, and an MBA graduate. And if you've been following this channel for a while, yes, I deleted every single one of my old YouTube videos. Not because I wanted to erase the past, but because this chapter deserves its own story. Life looks a lot different than what it did when I first picked up the camera, and honestly, so do I. Then, somewhere in the middle of all of this, one word just kept coming back to me: repurpose. I've never been someone who picks a word of the year, but this one stuck. Not because I'm trying to become someone else, but because I'm finally taking everything I've learned, my skills, my experience, my education, and the things I'm passionate about, and using them to build a life that actually aligns with who I am. Until recently, I really believed I was doing everything the way I was supposed to. Go to school, get the degrees, work hard, build a career, climb the ladder, and eventually success would follow. Then this year, everything changed. Earlier this year, I lost my grandmother, who was my last living grandparent. Then, after spending 8 years with the same company in several different roles, I found out the company was restructuring, again, and this time my position was being eliminated. Honestly, it felt like a punch in the gut. To top it off, my last day ended up being the day after my 40th birthday. Needless to say, this wasn't exactly how I imagined entering the next decade of my life. For a while, I questioned everything: my career, my degrees, my worth, and then I realized something. A job can support your life, but it should never define your worth. For years, I let my career define what success looked like. But losing my job forced me to ask a different question. What kind of life do I actually want to build? Losing my job changed my plans, but it did not change my purpose. For the first time in my life, I'm choosing to define success for myself. Because if there's one thing this season has taught me, it's that no company gets to decide my value or my future ever again. I do. So while I'm searching for my next remote opportunity, I'm also revamping my small business, repurposing the skills I've spent years building, rediscovering the passions I've had since I was a kid, and finally making time for community projects I've dreamed of for years. I'm not pretending this season is easy. Some days are discouraging, some days I question everything, but one thing I've decided is this. This season may have changed the direction of my life, but it doesn't get to decide the destination. I'm not starting over. I'm building with everything I've learned. Right now, most mornings start with coffee, about 30 minutes of reading to quiet my mind, planning my day, checking emails to see if I've heard back from any applications, and looking through new job opportunities. Then I start working through the jobs I've saved the day before. Some days I apply to 20 jobs, other days it's 5, or even just 1. I'm not applying everywhere. I spend time tailoring every resume and cover letter because I'm looking for the right opportunity, not just the next one. This channel is going to be a real look at what the season of life actually looks like. Job searching, revamping my business, rediscovering the things that have always brought me joy, community projects, finding healthier routines after 8 years of working from home, and learning how to build a life that's based on purpose, not just a paycheck. If you're in a season where life didn't go according to plan, I hope this channel reminds you that one chapter doesn't get to decide the rest of your story.